In today's world, with taxes currently increasing and with the new tax reform, it is important for us to know the value and the importance of tax. First, we should identify and define what tax really is.
Taxes are involuntary contributions imposed on people by the state. This occurs through the funding of government activities, such as public works, as these are supposed to be used to benefit the community as a whole. Through the use of taxes, governments are also able to protect the welfare of the economy by encouraging or discouraging its consumption and production when necessary. Furthermore, taxation helps in the redistribution of income and wealth in the nation, and helps lessen the gap between high and low-class citizens. To further expand our understanding on taxes, we need to identify the different ways we are taxed by the government.
There are 4 types of taxes. These are personal, corporate, property, and sales. Personal tax is taxation for individuals. Personal taxation is based on your income. For example, the new train law, because of the changes, as you get higher income, your tax increases, and that tax is personal tax. Next would be corporate tax. Corporate tax is a taxation for firms and companies, and like personal tax, corporate tax is based off the income of the company. For example, a company makes a profit of 100 million and the tax imposed is 10%. The tax for the company would be 10 million. Now we move on to property tax. Property tax is for structures and buildings, and property tax is based on the value of the property. So, for example, if you add something to your property in a country that has property tax, your taxes will increase. Finally, we go to sales tax. Sales tax is for your goods and services. For example, when you purchase a bag of chips from a store, or maybe buy a lot of food to be prepared for dinner, there will be taxes on those goods. But with all these different types of taxations, I wonder how they are classified.
Oh, great you ask! They are classified into 2 groups, direct and indirect. Direct tax is tax paid directly by an individual or an organization to an imposing entity. An example of this is income tax, which each worker pays, and our property tax, the tax companies and businesses pay to stay in their land, and what we pay to even stay in our own homes. And the indirect tax focuses more on our daily needs, such as our goods and services we buy, and to the tax we get from even going to our groceries and even to our daily purchases of food. Yes, all these small purchases make a big impact to our taxes.
What exactly is this rate of taxation? Secondly, how does this affect us?
That's a good question. Basically, the rate of taxation is the ratio of which a person is taxed and is usually determined by the individual's income. The different rates of taxation are the following. First is progressive. This entails charging a large percentage from higher income people, as they are the ones who make more money. Some examples are income tax and corporate tax. Next is regressive. This, on the other hand, has a larger percentage being charged from low-income people instead from high-income people. This rate is mostly theoretical, as it would not seem practical and moral to burden the lower classes more. Last is proportional. This final rate of taxation focuses on taking the same percentage from both low and high-income people. An example is sales tax or VAT. These different rates of taxation are very important, as they specify how much a person is charged and determines the type of lifestyle they can have.
Now that we understand what taxes are, let's look at some points to remember. We should all do our part and pay taxes, because if nobody pays their taxes, our nation would not be able to progress, as the government would not be capable of improving the lives of its citizens through its various projects. With this in mind, it is also important for governments to be responsible in the collection and use of these taxes, because if everyone in the country will be affected, rich or poor. We hope you found this video insightful, and now know how taxes play a big part in your life. Thank you for listening, and remember to like and subscribe.